Support for this program is created in part by Marquez Brothers El Mexicano brand, Bimbo, Toyota, and the Fresno Clovis Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Good evening and welcome to the Chuck Chancey Park here in Fresno, California. The second leg of the Pacheco Classic, the Fresno Fuego taking on the San Francisco City Northsiders. Hello, Jeremy Schultz alongside myself, Jason Phillips. Welcome you to CMAC TV here on the YouTube production. Jeremy, a road trip. The Fuego stayed at 8-2-0, 24 points, first place in the Southwestern Division, and coming off a road trip that went about as perfect as you can get.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, we've been kind of chasing Golden State all year. They've been kind of setting the standard, but now we've locked ourselves into the first place position in the table. And last week's road trip down to Southern California, we were able to get two 4-0 results. And so 8 goals for, none against. That's what you like to see when you go on a road trip. Absolutely.
It did wonders for the Fuego atop the standings. As we look at the Fuego starting 11, you'll see one big noticeable difference, and that is no Sergei Noose in the back row. Andy Rios gets the start. I guess Sergei had a pre-planned trip, Jeremy.
Yeah, we knew about the trip he had to take. He's actually out of the country for about a week. He's visiting his brother, and so, those are the things that why it's so important to have depth in your roster. And so Andy Rios, he's a local player that played at our junior college, Fresno City. He's going to get the start, and we'll see how he does.
Augie Ray at the net as usual. Spurgeon, Martin, and Brumati back there to help out Rios. We'll see how that goes. Velarde in the middle gets the start in the midfield. Joey Chica, Jose Cuevas having an unbelievable year. Milton Blanco on the top, and Renato should be strength as well. The Fuego leading the division in points and goals scored, so this offense could do some damage. Ross Lindsay in there as a reserve. We haven't seen his name much.
Yeah, he's a talented player, plays in the 6th role in a holding midfield, so expect to see him tonight. He sprays a good ball and spreads the field out. Obviously noticing Chiva, Jose Cuevas, is number 3 in goals in the league with 9, and you have Renato Bustamante, number 3 in the league in assists with 6. So 2 guys in the starting 11 that are producing massive points for the Fuego.
For the San Francisco City Northsiders, who stand at 7-3-1, 22 points for those guys from up north. Their lineup looks like this. Keenan Weeks is in the net, and mostly made up of University of San Francisco products. Manny Padilla, Kirkland, Ramos, Mendoza, who's actually from St. Mary's. So a young, talented group. You'll see Foster Langsdorf, a forward there as a reserve, kid out of Stanford, who's joined the roster this week. So they're interested to get a look at him. We hear he might get in about the 60th, 70th minute or so. But a team that could do some damage, and they gave Fuego all they could handle back in San Francisco.
Yeah, on June 4th, they actually beat us. I mean, they kept their 3 points at home, and they're a good side. They're sitting 3rd in the table, like you said, and their goalkeeper Weeks had a great game against us when we played up in the Bay, and their philosophy as a club is very similar to ours in regards to making everything community-based. And you said that there's a lot of players that come from USF. They focus on a lot of that local talent and really giving them that platform to get to the next level. They got a heck of a team, and we'll see how things end up tonight. San Francisco's really playing for survival and opportunity to get into the postseason. Right now with us sitting 1st and Golden State in 2nd, they're sitting in 3rd, and only the top 2 go through. So they have 3 games left. They play us, Orange County Soccer Club, and Burlingame, their arch rival up in the Bay. And so they're going to be fighting for points. Not only does the winner take home the Pacheco Classico Cup tonight, but you really solidify a position into postseason play tonight.
I'll say that 3 points is going to do wonders for either club. As like you just said, 3 teams separated by 2 points. And Golden State just about had the opposite of a road trip that the Fuego had. I mean, they went out and they had a little rough time. Good news for San Francisco and Fuego. They could take advantage, but 3 points is going to go a long way for somebody here tonight, as we're about 5 or 6 minutes away from kickoff. As you see the teams entering on the field today, there's Scorcher having a good time. Fuego in their red and black kits. I love these unis, Jeremy. they bring good luck.
Look good, play good, I guess. Something about these jerseys that are helping us get points, I guess.
That's right. That's right. Well, tonight, Fuego have a chance to do some big things for this year that, you know, I felt something special about this team from the start of the year, and man, they have played up to potential this year. Jose Cuevas has been fantastic.
Yeah, you know, we got
Renato.
Yeah, we got a great balance of some veteran players that bring some leadership and also some youth that are really energetic and they're not playing in a frantic situation. They're focused on keeping the ball and playing within the system and the framework of the team, and the group is just meshed. You know, it's gelled really well, and that's what you want to see, especially this time of the season. We're just over the midway point. You're really getting into the focus of postseason, and they put themselves in a good position to finish out this year and really start turning their focus on the playoffs.
Yeah, this late in the year, you get the big rosters where everyone's done with school. You get your entire roster, and coaches really, man, they have a bunch of strings to pull this late in the year. You saw on your screen the group of San Francisco City supporters made the trip. Shout out to them in right field.
Yeah, you know, the two clubs have a very unique relationship. We have a ton of respect for San Francisco City and their supporters, the Northsiders. So to all the Northsiders out there watching from the pub, we always wish you the best. We appreciate you joining in. We wish your club the best throughout the rest of this season, and I would love to see the two NorCal clubs get into postseason play.
Hey, how about that? How about that? Introductions going on, and the national anthem here in just a second. Perfect weather for tonight, about a middle to high 70 degrees. You see there the fire squad.
Yeah, they came in good numbers tonight. They looped up a bit over at Tioga pregame,
yes,
and
they did.
The march was quite impressive this evening. We got a great lineup tonight. We have post-game fireworks for celebration of 4th of July. It's presented by the Fresno Clovis Convention Visitors Bureau, and so it's a great evening of soccer. We got a lot of the youth families out that have stayed in town for the 4th of July holiday, and I think everybody's ready for an exciting matchup.
Why for the fireworks? Because America.
That's right.
That's why. July 4th. Happy July 4th, everyone. Have a fun, safe weekend.
We're kicking this weekend off proper with some local football.
That's right. Fresno Freeze had a victory just right now. Is that right?
Yeah, they won 3-2 against San Ramon, so they're actually undefeated in the WPSL League play, and so they're on top of the table. So we got both of our local Fresno teams in first place. Not a bad place to be.
Not a bad season. All right, folks, national anthem. We'll be back in just a bit.
Playing a set song. You're welcome to sing along, fans.
Can you see by my dawn's early light once so proudly we led at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, barrels bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Here we go.
Fantastic. America's weekend. And we're just about set to go here at the Chuck. San Francisco 7-3-1, 22 points, 18 goals on the year. Fuego 8-2-0, 24 points on the year, 31 goals. Goal differential of plus 22. And Golden State almost seemed uncatchable at the beginning of the year, I think about 6 games in. But man, Fuego, they've done their job, they've caught up. And now it's game time.
It is game time. This is what everybody's been waiting for, and you know, this is going to have a lot of emotion in this game. You know, there's a lot that these guys are playing for, and we'll see how it all comes together tonight. You know, Fuego has some little extra pieces. You see tonight out on the field that Augie Ray, our goalkeeper, his father is watching him play for the first time in his career since he's been playing college and amateur level soccer. So he was able to come into Fresno and surprise Augie, and what an amazing opportunity this is for Augie. He's dedicating the game to his dad. It's a special moment.
That's a cool story, and maybe he can keep it, what, a third straight game of a clean sheet. So
I'm sure that's what he's hoping for. You know, you never want to get too emotional about things. You got to keep your focus and make sure that your concentration is on the match itself. But these are special moments. It's what things like this are all about, when you can kind of connect with players and some of the stories behind the actual game. And so it's a special moment for Augie and his family.
There you see Augie right there with Augie Sr. Yeah, that's got to be a special moment. I mean, the first time seeing your son live, getting your dad to be there.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 years since he's gotten to see his son play. And so, you know, Augie Sr. is a very busy guy with work and things like that, and they're from New Mexico, Las Cruces, New Mexico, and he played his college soccer in Wisconsin, and then he plays summer PDL ball in Fresno, so he hasn't got a chance to see him play. So it was a nice surprise to get him out to Fresno and have an opportunity to watch Augie.
Just about set for kickoff. Fuego all red kits, San Francisco and their road blacks. And we are set to go here at the Chuck. Perfect clear July night.
Yeah, once that sun sets behind the stadium, then we got a real good environment out here. It's not too hot. The sun's not beating on you, and
well, at least for the players, the field's at least in the shadows.
Yeah, maybe Fire Squad. Fire Squad might be the only ones in the sun.
They're going to have to tough it out for a minute.
Pretty sure they drink through it.
They're not too worried. All right, no Tony Torres for the Fuego tonight.
Tony's probably about a week away from being cleared on an injury, so should be back real soon.
San Francisco to get the start. There's Coach Zwaska. Marvelous job this season. A win here for either club, and they're sitting pretty. And vamos! Here at the Chuck, 7:43 official kickoff time. San Francisco, who plays a 4-2-3-1. They'll be looking to attack this back line with no Sergei Noose, PDL's top prospect list. He's been in the top 10 for the better part of all season. There's Trevor Spurgeon. He'll be one of those guys to help fill the void. Bit of a feeling out period here by both squads.
This is proper local football. I mean, this atmosphere is incredible. Squad is in it. And this game's got a lot on the line. You can feel the energy.
Great atmosphere here to start the Chuck. First shot on goal, sails wide 2 minutes in. No pressure for Augie though. Sorry folks, a little bit of audio difficulties we're clearing up here at the start. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, hashtag Fresno Fuego versus SFFC. And always hashtag for city and club. Anthony Velarde with a great ball. To the right side, pass in, deflected. Bustamante has it, right foot headed. But a nice opportunity from the Fuego nonetheless. Cuevas ahead to Chica. Left foot just wide. No flag up.
It's a great run. Chiva finds Chica on that left flank, but Chica wishes he had that one back. He just kind of hooked it, didn't put it on target, and made it easy for San Francisco.
The Chica to Chiva hookup.
It's a bit of a tongue twister for us there, Jason.
Joey Chica and Jose, who goes by Chiva Cuevas.
I don't know if you noticed that, but Bruno is actually playing on the right back and Elijah on the left back today. Typically they're inverted where Elijah's on the right and Bruno's on the left. So
that was Bruno who made the first great run for Fresno out on that right side. You're right. I did notice that was an odd spot for him.
Here's Elijah on the ball there. This is where you want to get Andy Rios touches early, not under pressure, make him feel comfortable and confident on the ball.
Martin will have it to throw in. Rios, a tall, slender, long body.
He's done really well when he's come in and has been fabulous in the air. So we'll see how he does tonight when he's tested.
Blanco in the box. Anthony Velarde had to go off his leg. And San Francisco, a great job to get it out of there. And that one deflected out by Gerardo Mendoza. Back over to Brumati. And this will be a throw-in. Fuego attacking early and often. A solid first 6 minutes by the Fuego attack. Cuevas was looking for Milton, and that'll be our first corner of the evening. And this will be taken by Chiva.
I apologize, everybody. I'm having some audio issues, so.
Hopefully we can get that worked out. Header in the box. That one cleared out by San Francisco. Velarde gets by his man, left foot. Keenan Weeks has it. Not strong enough.
Caesar, how we looking, man?
Good little run set up by Martin. And Joey Chica. Milton now, left foot. Over to Joey Chica. Stolen, though. Fantastic defensive play by Manny Padilla. And now the Northsiders are on the move. That one gets away from them, however. Header looking for Bryce Kaminsky. Augie's got it, left foot. That one got away from Augie a bit. Northsiders set up. Fuego, though, take it away. Here comes a little run. Renato will slow it down. Robert Hines with a fantastic defensive stop. Good setup for Milton. Milton, but that one deflected by Hines. And they ruled Milton offsides.
Well, fans here tonight, be sure to sign up for 2017 Fresno Fuego Kitchen Club. Bimbo. Sign up tonight. Fresno Fuego courtesy online at FresnoFuego.com. Don't miss out on being part of the most exclusive kids club in the city.
Left foot strike from far away.
Pretty ambitious strike from about 40, 45 yards out.
That was taken from Madera. Ona Power trying to work against Elijah Martin. Well, you survived the first 10 minutes without a goal from giving up a goal against the Fuego, and you've done a pretty good job. So San Francisco has avoided that, and here's a chance. Gerardo Mendoza. And this one will be a goal kick for Augie Ray. Bryce Marion, the starting midfielder for San Francisco, number 7. He's also a Stanford product. Just finished school this week. He's in the starting lineup. Coach Patty for the Northsiders getting a good look at him. Yet to get himself involved here thus far, but plenty of time for that to go. Anthony Velarde, though, has had a busy evening already. And that one will be a foul on Anthony. Danny Kirkland draws the foul. Kirkland and Ona Power, the holding mids for the Northsiders. Here goes Marion, working on Martin. Velarde comes in from deep, right foot! That's deflected by Augie Davi Ramos with a fantastic effort. Augie Ray with a huge save. Danny Kirkland to take the corner. You see the cast on his right hand. Danny with the left foot, far post, header, middle of the goal, that one deflected.
Northsiders, the San Francisco supporters, not Fire Squad.
Long throw in, Augie punches it. Gerardo Mendoza trying to get a hold of it. Little nervousness right now on the Fuego defense. Marion around Martin, right foot. And they're going to rule that was out of bounds.
Everything in the stadium I can hear clearly.
Bustamante hits the turf, no whistle. Robert Hines takes down Anthony Velarde. That will be a whistle. The Northsiders pleading their case, but this will have the Fuego set up about 40 yards out or so. Robert Hines believes that was a bit of an acting job. Get a look at it here. Maybe a little bit. But if you're Velarde, you did the right thing. Cuevas, right foot, looking for Rios. Pass Blanco, right foot! Goal by Ronaldo Bustamante. No, sorry,
Bruno Brumante.
Bruno Brumati from deep. Dale Fuego. La 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 la. What a strike. If I'm right, that's the second goal of the year for Brumati. He had a fantastic goal from the corner of the box a couple games ago. That one was a strike. San Francisco right back immediately, threatening Augie at the net. That one just a bit high. I didn't even get to see it. I was blocked by the seats. In the 18th minute, Bruno Brumati gets the Fuego up 1-0. And I bet that makes the Fuego happy a little bit that it comes from the defensive back line. Sergey's watching, I'm sure, somewhere. He approves. Right foot into the box. That one cleared out by Ona Power. Fuego, though, making a mark on it. Cuevas! Just a bit wide on that attempt. Weeks.
With that Fuego goal, Little Caesars Crazy Bread awarded to Section 125. Coupons will be coming your way. Pizza, pizza.
20th minute here at the Chuck. Both these teams trying to pressure with ambitious runs and attempts. So far, the Fuego able to crack first. And I think Zwaska has a plan of bringing his midline back fairly deep on defense. We've seen Velarde back almost at the net at times. Campos as well. Martin tries that one, but a failed attempt from Martin. Jeremy is still with us, folks. We're just going through some technical difficulties still, trying to iron that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Stanley Passes Cup. We got the Chico Classico Cup right here in front of Fresno Fuego banner.
Danny Kirkland for the free kick, left foot right at Ray. No problem with that one.
Yellow card has come out to the San Francisco City FC. Yellow's position to number 4, Brandon. Sorry, correction. Megan Brewster. He's in the book.
And a trip on Ronaldo Bustamante. Draws the whistle from the head official. This one could have warranted a yellow card. Right foot looking for Marion, slips a bit. Martin, though, there to the rescue. And San Francisco will have a corner.
When I speak, can they still hear me? Okay, thanks. I'm gonna just try and do it this way.
Header, Ray able to grab it.
Augie does well to get up strong, and I'm coming back in here. We've
There's
makeshifted a
Jeremy.
little bit, so hopefully people can hear me. I can't hear you, but hopefully people can hear me. So we're gonna go with this. Augie did well there to come out and claim that ball, get the Fuego out of danger.
Renato back heel kick, looking for Chica. That almost worked out. Bit of a giveaway there by the North Siders.
Elijah does well there to win that ball back. Just a little toe poke out to Spurgeon and allows Fuego to keep possession.
There you see Andy Rios, number 22. Boy, Elijah Martin deflected a ball that could have been dangerous. Kirkland, a good ball. Trevor Spurgeon gets to it. Fuego winners of 4 straight, looking for number 5. Maybe playing their best ball in the last couple years or so.
Tell you what, if anybody watched the stream out in San Diego against Southern California Surf, it was fun to watch the Fuego play. They looked like they were enjoying themselves. It was toca and just good combination play, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Boy, deflection that could have been dangerous. Augie's got it.
I got caught a little bit off his line there, but was able to smother the ball.
Both these squads riding a little bit of good momentum heading into this one. Fresno's got a big one against Golden State coming up in 12 days.
Yeah, July 13th, our final Tecate Thursday here at the park. And a game with some major implications. Right at the, as it stands right now on the table, it's 1 versus 2. Maybe in a situation in a couple weeks after that match, or even a week after that match, facing them again in a playoff winner go home scenario. Don't want to get ahead of myself, but
Mendoza with a
that's
good
potential.
Ball. Nice job by Brumati.
Fuego needs to keep it now and build a little bit. They keep trying to bypass lines or giving the ball away just in bad situations like that. They just need to keep it and find some rhythm. Renato looks like he's in there.
Chica to Milton, back to Chica, left foot right at Weeks.
That's the foot Chica wants to find the ball on, and just wasn't able to get a hold of it there. Maybe rushed it a little bit and didn't have his full concentration on his strike.
Kirkland, great ball. Looking for Mendoza. Chica run to Martin. Back to Chica, but Weeks races to it.
Not a bad idea by Elijah to get Chica in behind the line there. He just put a little too much pace on the ball, and it runs to Weeks. Shout out to our Fuego faithful, the fire squad, man. They really are making a presence tonight. They got the whole bleacher section full and are spilling into the pie shape at the at Chuck Chansey Park here. That's great to see.
That's one of the bigger squads I've seen here at the Chuck.
Got a pool party going on out at the pool too, so stadium looks good tonight.
Dangerous. Mendoza in there, but the Fuego able to get rid of it. There you see the pool area.
It's a good step by Velarde to win the ball. Oh, they gave it away. Velarde stopped his run. Milton thought he was going to continue and go through and play him in behind, but Velarde did a good job stepping up, winning it, and just didn't execute between the two of them. Communication was lost.
Velarde steps in, steals it. And Bustamante, that one will get called more often than not. Stepped in front of Ben Brewster. Brewster doesn't like it.
Notice Velarde has a new hairstyle out there too. Young man from Reedley's got the blonde tips there.
Did he bleach the tips? And that's
definitely a late challenge. Good call by the referee.
Mendoza can't keep it in play. Wasn't a bad effort of a pass. There's Coach Patty.
Patty Coyne's sitting down. Augie in his 32 highlighter yellow kit tonight. He gave his last year's yellow jersey to his dad pregame. That was pretty cool.
That's a solid jersey to own if you don't have one yet. The Neon 32. Can't go wrong with that one.
Augie was just goalkeeper team of the week last week.
He was.
For the 2 clean sheets.
Milton was trying to get something going a little quickly. Referee says hold on. Milton a little upset.
If that was a still shot, we could put that on Twitter and say caption this. Everybody pointing to everybody, some emotion in the face.
That would have worked out. Shiva. Dangerous position. Right foot, back post, deflected out. Right foot from Milton is saved.
It's an absolutely brilliant ball by Chiva. It's got pace behind it. It's bending. It's just difficult for Weeks to handle. And unfortunate that Fuego doesn't find themselves up 2-0.
Padilla to Marion. Kirkland to Padilla, a floater, dangerous, and Augie's got it.
Augie did well to claim that ball. City's playing good football, though. I mean, they went side to side, they kept it, put themselves in a position to get a good service in, and Fuego's got to figure that out, disrupt their flow.
Nice back heel kick to Velarde. Velarde looking for Blanco. Brewster is there. That's a couple times San Francisco's been on the move and gotten Fresno right after an attack.
Corner kick, Fresno Fuego. I don't think Chiva minds taking the corner from that side, but when you're the opponent, it's not the best place to be.
Not at all. You see Chiva smiling walking over to that spot. Chiva's ready. Right foot. Rios almost got it.
The linesman has his flag up down here. I wasn't sure what that was.
That one goes off Bryce Marion. It'll be a corner from the opposite side now. Now I think we're going to get that offside call you were talking about. You're right, I didn't.
Yeah, the linesman was standing there for a long time with his flag up. The other linesman put his flag up too, I think, in trying to help cue the referee to let him know that it was up.
36th minute. A battle here for the Pacheco Cup. And that one too strong, looking for Hines.
Become a fan of the PBM Fresno Fuego on Facebook. Visit facebook.com/USLPBM for exclusive league news and interactive content. Facebook.com/Fresno Fuego and all your club news and information.
Joey Chica and Jose Cuevas switch sides here, so Hines is going to have a new face running at him in Joey Chica.
I like the look of Hines. He's a player. Hines and Kirkland.
Yeah, he's a nice player. He played with the Las Vegas Mobsters in 2016 and did well out there as well.
Mendoza looking for Kirkland, but Anthony Velarde has been all over the field tonight. Left foot there, looking for Shiva.
Dangerous touch there. I think Elijah wanted to keep that a little closer to him, and that could have been trouble.
Right foot deflected. That one off Chiva, right to Campos.
Bad giveaway there. Trevor's got to do better to protect the ball. Now we got guys running at us.
Power to Marion, but the hustle of Elijah Martin.
Good job by Martin getting behind the ball, poking it out, and letting the Fuego get reset. If I'm not mistaken, Bryce Marion, number 7 with City, is an NC2A Division I college champion with Stanford University.
Him and Langsdorf, who sits on the bench for now. We will see him shortly, probably sooner than later, I would think, from Coach Coyne.
Coach Jeremy Gunn's done a fabulous job out with the Stanford Cardinals and producing a number of professional soccer players out there, and just has a program that's collectively just doing extremely well. So a shout out to Stanford and all the stuff they're doing up there.
And what a little community of pool you're able to select from, Cal and Stanford and USF up there in the Bay Area. So
yeah, there's a lot of good programs up there for the collegiate soccer players. We don't have a D1 program right in our backyard because Fresno State no longer has a program. 2005, it went away.
You are right.
We got the Fresno Pacific, NCAA Division II, very good program. Jaime Ramirez does a great job with that program. And our junior college programs here in the area with, Fresno City and Eric Solberg, and West Hills with Alan Fortune, and all the programs here in the area just do a great job with our local players and really do the hard work for us when we bring them in and then put them in the framework of our system and team.
Northsiders have earned a corner, trying to get strike for something late. That one heads just wide. Looked like that was Christian DeLuca.
Thanks you for your presence and support of the Fresno Fuego team. Enjoy our delicious products, always baked with love. Bimbo.
Northsiders will try it from the opposite side of the pitch now. Kirkland's had a good feel for these things.
They got some big bodies to put in that box and makes it dangerous for Fuego.
That's where the size of Spurgeon and Rios come in handy right now. Campos 2. Northsider hits the turf. That's Hines. Headed out. Power tries to get it back in. Oh, Hines hits the deck again. Northsider ball just outside the box. Header!
Ooh.
That's deflected up and over the net. I believe that was Brewster. And you'll see this Brewster's kind of upset. He knew he had a shot.
He wanted to just redirect that a little bit, maybe flick it and change directions, but he got a hold of more of it than probably he wanted and cleared the crossbar.
I'm sorry, that was Bryce Kaminsky. Power left foot, Marion.
Offside.
Offsides. A little under 3 minutes and change here in the first half. Fuego have given up 9 goals on the season. Trying to go another 45 without giving up one.
Augie'd love to leave that in single digits.
Oh, I bet. Augie deep into the sky, into the night. That one deflected to Cuevas. Back to Blanco, left foot!
Oh, just
off the
wide.
Side of the net. Boy, it looked good, didn't it?
Hits the side netting. Milton and Chiva find a little combination play inside the box, and that's resulted in a number of Fuego goals this year.
What's happening throughout the league? PDL's top prospects. The new USLPDL.com. Download the PDL mobile app today. Keep track of your favorite teams.
Kirkland knocked over by the referee. Davi Ramos looking for Marion. Marion, a run for Padilla, right foot.
Oh,
That one saved, and Ray ends up with it. A lot of
Wow.
action in front of the net. That could have been dangerous. Ray
They-
comes away with it.
They hit the woodwork on that one. There's brilliant delay play by Marion. Marion plays the overlap in, gets him in behind the back line, and he was able to serve that ball through. Very dangerous situation.
Less than a minute of regular time. Danny Kirkland is not happy, and he is letting it be known. Not sure if his frustration is pointed at his own team or if it's at the official. Cuevas, right
Ooh.
foot, just a bit high.
Just clears the crossbar there. Velarde does well to find Chiva. Chiva takes it down, just one touch. It's got a nice little bounce, comes up on him. He's able to put his foot and curl it around and just goes over the bar.
Another turnaround strike. That was right on point. Cuevas has put in a couple this year from about that same spot. Now in extra time for the first half. Fresno will gladly accept a 1-0 lead into the break. Blanco over to Cuevas. Can it be 2? Cuevas back heel flip. Velarde left foot. Just past a diving. What looked like. Not sure if that was Campos or not. That was Bustamante. But a heck of an effort. And that is the first half whistle. 1 minute of stoppage time. Fresno Fuego with a goal in the 18th minute by Bruno Brumati is the lone scorer, and a 1-0 advantage for the Fuego. A good first half overall, Jeremy, I got to say.
Quite a first 45 minutes. I wasn't able to join you guys early in the broadcast, but I tell you what, I enjoyed watching that. And there's no question that both teams can be creative and create chances in that attacking third. We saw San Francisco just recently hit the bar, and I mean, this is going to be the final 45 minutes of this game is really going to be a bloodbath. These guys are going to go at it, and these 3 points are critical for both teams. So I expect to see the energy and the intensity levels continue to rise.
See, folks, Jeremy is here. The technical difficulties still getting ironed out. Hopefully they're fixed in the second half. If not, we'll do it again. Now we'll send it to break. We'll be back for highlights, here in just a few minutes. Stay with us here on CMAC TV.
Suicide is the second leading cause of death of teens and kids as young as 10 years old. If you see a kid in despair, don't be afraid to be involved. Call 1-800-273-TALK. There's always someone to listen.
We are one city. We are one club. We are one family. We are a community. One community. One city. One club. One family. One community.
Biomedicine. Students explore issues in medical science and human anatomy and physiology through their involvement in dissections, medical case studies, and research projects. Students investigate how a healthy body functions and how it reacts to disease. Students will collaborate with medical professionals at various hospitals and clinics in the Fresno Clovis area as they research a variety of medical topics.
Biotechnology, an exploding science field that leads to high-paying jobs in medicine, biology, chemistry, agriculture, and environmental science. Students will apply DNA technology to genetically engineer bacteria, solve medical mysteries, clone tissues, diagnose genetic disease, and explore drug development and testing. Students will wrestle with difficult ethical issues that arise as a result of using biotechnology to solve problems.
Business and finance. Learn to manage and invest money. Learn to be your own boss in a business you create. Students study human behaviors of producing, distributing, and consuming materials, goods, and services in a world of limited resources. They learn how the financial services industry works as they strengthen the analytical, technical, and communication skills needed to succeed in any economy.
Cybersecurity. In this program, students will learn to design, build, secure, and analyze both home and small to medium business computer networks, media centers, and security systems. Students will also investigate an understanding of the Internet of Things. Through projects and hands-on activities, students will explore the relationship between modems, routers, switches, cables, wireless access points, servers, and attached peripherals. This lab will also offer certifications in Certified Internet Web Professionals, Network Technology Associate, Web Security Associate certifications, and CompTIA's A+ and Security Plus certifications.
Engineering and product development. Knowledge, imagination, and creativity are used to develop solutions to engineering design problems. Working in small teams, students create working prototypes of their design solutions using a variety of tools and materials. Laptop computers are used to make engineering drawings and create team presentations.
Environmental science and field research. Students take part in several field trips in order to experience the San Joaquin Valley, San Joaquin River, Pacific Coast, and Sierra Nevada mountains. Students will carry out hands-on projects relating to careers in marine biology, wildlife rehabilitation, air quality, river ecology, alternative energy, and forests. Students will have the opportunity to work with environmental professionals and government agencies to complete scientific projects. Some examples are growing native plants, restoring native wildlife habitat, rehabilitating injured and orphaned wildlife species, monitoring forests, experimenting in wetlands, and conducting studies of tide pools and beaches. Forensic research and biotechnology. Students use investigative science techniques to solve intriguing problems involving the law. Scientific evidence, DNA, fingerprinting, physical evidence, scene reconstruction, and biotechnology are used to create a picture of what happened in the past. Hospitality and event management. Enter the world of event planning through the doors of hospitality and event management. Students will learn about the skills and knowledge needed to begin careers in hotel and restaurant management, special event planning, and recreation and tourism.
Interactive game design. Game design requires skill in a number of areas, including graphic design, programming, audio, app development, animation, and modeling. All students have the opportunity to learn about each of these areas while working in teams to create original games and characters rendered in both 2 and 3 dimensions. Students are introduced to industry standard software such as 3D Studio Max, Unity 3D, XNA Game Studio, Unreal, Flash, and Photoshop. Law and order and policy. Students study the major aspects of constitutional, criminal, and civil law. Projects teach students about their individual rights and criminal procedure, how laws are made, and how to make a legal argument. Students learn to research and discuss current and historical controversial issues relating to the law. All students have the opportunity to participate in mock trials and field trips to local and federal courthouses and law firms.
Marketing, advertising, and entrepreneurship. Students explore how companies develop their branding through product development, pricing strategies, promotional campaigns, and global product placement. Students enjoy hands-on learning as they develop their own product brands and promotional campaigns, including online advertising and social media, television, radio, mobile, and print advertising. Students learn industry standard technology for conducting market research and creating advertising products.
Multimedia, digital media, and graphic design. Students develop skills in communication and message design, including color, typography, and design principles. They will investigate graphic and web techniques in cooperative teams similar to corporate settings. Design students will work on all stages of production using industry standard software to create original products such as logos, posters, newspapers, advertisements, websites, and 2-dimensional animation.
Multimedia, digital video production and broadcast. Students develop skills in television and film production. Using industry standard software packages, students will engage in hands-on integrated curriculum. They work on all stages of production while creating products such as short films, advertisements, journalism broadcasts, and documentaries. All multimedia students develop skills in the content and presentation of message design, the sociological impacts of media, and the stages of production cycle.
Psychology and human behaviors. Students investigate the inner workings of the human mind on both psychological and chemical levels. Students explore the workings of their own minds while learning why people behave the way they do. Students consider what influences behavior and how behavior is controlled, changed, and modified.
Robotics and electronics. Students explore the fascinating and fun world of robotics, covering simple toys to the complex logic and articulation of environmental sensing, recording and actuating devices, and automated design. They will learn to design, build, and program a device that responds to external information. They will learn to understand electronics and computer systems.
Web application development. Students go beyond being a user of technology and become certified to design, develop, and deploy rich internet applications, websites, and games using Web 2.0 developer tools such as Java, SQL, HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. They will learn the foundational skills of object-oriented programming, web design, database design, scripting, and graphical user interface design to ensure that end users have a positive experience and return again and again to the applications. Certifications through Microsoft, Adobe, and CIW are available.
CMAC empowers the members of the community to tell their story by offering them the opportunity to learn how to use video equipment, how to use the facilities we have to offer. CMAC is an organization that is devoted to allowing people to tell their stories. 99% of those organizations and individuals that have stories to tell have never been able to do it because they couldn't afford to. Now they can. CMAC empowers members of the community by offering them the opportunity to learn how to use all the wonderful equipment that we have available for them. And then once they've learned, using that equipment to create their own content.
The great thing about once someone has filmed and edited their video is that it is aired via Comcast and other channels, and this gives Arte Americas the opportunity to connect with outlying communities, people who may not have a chance to discover us any other way.
To see something that you've actually produced on a channel is fun for the first time, especially if you spent a lot of time with it. And it does take time to learn the programs.
Because you hear it all the time as a producer, we can help get you out there. But this is the real deal. There is no gimmicks, there are no type of games that they play. You produce the content, you follow the guidelines, it will air to the community and be an inspiration to the community.
CMAC is here to provide that venue. And it provides that venue to every aspect of the community, every part of the community. No one else does it that way. No one else offers that. The importance of CMAC's members cannot be overstated. CMAC is its members. We've trained hundreds of people, and we've already seen hundreds of stories, and the results of those stories are being felt in numerous ways.
I got involved with CMAC because a friend of mine already belonged, and we volunteered to film a fashion show, and because there were good classes for CMAC, they ran us all through all the instruments and equipment that we were going to be using. I felt good about the experience, and I felt really confident, and actually it was really a lot of fun too.
Welcome back to the Chuck halftime here. Fresno leads 1-0 in the second half of the Pacheco Classic. An 18th minute goal by Bruno Brumati, which was a strike. And we've got some highlights to show for you here back in the booth. Jason Phillips alongside Jeremy Schultz as we still continue to work out these technical difficulties. Jeremy, it's been a battle all night long. Got to keep you on your toes, man. So here's the highlights. Bustamante, this was about the first 4 minutes or so. Martin left foot, that went just wide. Couple of good attacks early on. Velarde, this was a absolute Beautiful move, but right at Weeks. And there was a huge save by Ray, but San Francisco's one of their better shots on goal. That one just over the net from Gerardo Mendoza. A lot of corner kicks, a lot of attempts for the Northsiders. And there's their supporter group right there.
From the valley to the bay, our bond grows every day. Northsiders Fire Squad, Fresno Football, Friendship Family. That's really cool, man. Like I've said, there's been a unique relationship between the supporters clubs, between San Francisco and Fresno, and these guys have a true brotherhood, man. It's really cool. They bounce ideas off each other. They really stay pure to football and how the organic growth of clubs should be. And things like this are a nice tribute to show the relations of the two clubs together. Right. So Northsiders, kudos to you guys and what you're doing.
There's competition, and then there's a respect for one another, and that goes a long way towards showing it. Props to you, San Francisco, as we are underway here in the second half. Scorcher like the first 45. Let's see if we can get the second 45 in a similar fashion. Teams switch sides as Velarde lets that one run out of bounds. Doesn't look like there's been any roster changes for the Fuego, at least. It's still the same starting 11 as far as I can tell. For San Francisco, it looks the same as well. No new newcomers.
I'm going to do my best to stay with you guys. Got to bear with me. I got no audio with my partner Jason here, so.
Well, you did a heck of a job the final 10 minutes of that first half, Jeremy. I think we can.
We've kind of got a makeshift going. You guys saw me fixing my headset as we popped on, so I got to transfer it over and wear one earpiece off. We'll get it. Let's go Fuego.
Vamos Fuego. You never know what you're going to get in this business. Guys are working hard in the truck, though. Shout out to them. Header into the box. Robert Hines, a right foot, just high.
We haven't talked too much about the Pacheco Classico Cup. This is the second annual event. Last year, the Fuego took the cup home. The final leg was in San Francisco. Earlier in the year, the Fresno Freeze and the San Francisco Nighthawks of the WPSL are part of the cup competition. The Freeze beat the Nighthawks 1-0 in San Francisco, and San Francisco City beat the Fuego 2-1. So tonight's winner gets to take home the Pacheco Classico Cup, a little cup that, competition we have between the two clubs, between the two cities. It's another event that's sponsored by Fresno Clovis Convention's Visitors Bureau, and I'm sure whoever wins it tonight will be drinking beer out of it over at Tioga in celebration.
I bet you're right on that. Now, for those that don't know much about it, is that based off the Freeze, so the women's team beforehand and the men's team that same day?
Yeah, so there wasn't a return leg on the women's side of things, so it's based off of 3 games this year. The Freeze traveled to San Francisco to play the Nighthawks, and obviously we had a home and away with San Francisco. So the 3 results will have an effect on who takes the cup home. So right now the Freeze gave us 3 points. San Francisco City gave them 3 points from the first leg. Now this game has all the bearing of who will take the cup home. So whoever wins tonight will take home the Pacheco Classico Cup.
So there you have it. That's the breakdown. So where does this cup stay at? Let's say Fresno takes it home. Does this stay in the locker room? Does this stay in your house? Where does this cup go, Jeremy?
We kind of share it amongst the front office. So,
okay.
You know, it's been in my office on the desk. It's been in Jordan's office on the desk. Chris Wilson, my game director, he's had it on his desk. So something prideful that we have in the front office. The guys come in and out of the office and get to give it a touch or a kiss. And so it does stay in the front office here at Chuck Chansey Park.
So there's selfie opportunities to be had. I'm going to have to get one, Jeremy. Left foot into the box, and that one taken away by Manny Padilla and the Northsiders. Not a bad attempt, though.
Andy does well there to just kind of shield the striker off and let Augie get position and win the ball.
Kaminsky. Boy, Velarde many a times has come back to help. Crucial to the defensive effort for the Fuego tonight.
He's taken some knocks this evening, but he's done well winning the ball for us.
Martin working on Brewster and Padilla. And San Francisco comes up with it, Marion. Power inside, looking for Mendoza. Spurgeon is there.
Bruno did well to backpedal, stay behind the ball, just make sure he won that first header.
Hines off that sodded infield. Great give and go. Cuevas. I don't think that's what he wanted.
Velarde again taking a shot in the center of the park.
Not one to shy away from the contact. Blanco. Back to Blanco. Left foot looking for Bustamante. And San Francisco's defense sniffs it out. DeLuca with a huge play.
Andy played the safer out there. Could have taken a little touch and played Augie and let Augie clear the lines. But safety first for Andy. Didn't want to take a chance. Can't blame him for that.
See a couple members for San Francisco warming up in the background. There's a header. That one Rios gets it out. And Blanco to clear. Marion trying to get past Martin. Right foot by Davi Ramos. Augie's got it.
Augie read that well. The minute the service came off the foot, he came out and smothered it. Good goalkeeping by Augie Ray. Decides to play a little goalie wars and smash it into the other box, I guess there.
I guess so. San Francisco looking for that equalizer. They're going to have to do it against one of the better defenses in the PDL and one of the better goalkeepers for that matter. Zwaska, does he change anything? Does he mix anything up?
I expect to see some changes probably around the 65th minute. Get some fresh legs. He's got confidence, and the guys have been coming off the bench and making a difference late in games, and so I expect to see that continue. Give guys some minutes, and you know, as you get into that postseason play, you're going to have other guys that maybe have to leave to go to college or what have you. So you got to have players that are confident and prepared to come in. Alex Colwell's come in the last 2 matches as a striker and scored 2 goals. So the guy's been a center back for the last couple years, and now he's playing the number 9 spot late in games, and he's producing with goals that are helping the team.
Have to imagine Anthony Velarde would get a little bit of a rest. He's been on full go with that motor tonight.
Yeah, and Ross Lindsay, our Scottish player.
I'd like to get a look at Ross.
He can play. He can play in that position. He can play underneath in the 6, and he's really good at changing the point of attack and spraying balls. He keeps the ball. He sits underneath and shows, and so he may be a player that we see tonight in that 6 role.
Martin wants to take it himself. Right foot just wide. He was given the opportunity in the lane. He took it.
When you play outside back for the Fresno Fuego, it's really an attacking position. You see how often those guys get forward. A lot of times they're serving balls in, but Bruno's got a couple goals this year. Elijah's got a couple goals this year, and those guys have been fixtures in our outside back position. So they're producing. The modern game really is with outside backs getting forward and being involved in the attack, and you defend with 2, and you see that with our system of play as well.
Absolutely. Bruno's advanced forward many a times. As we're going to get our first substitutions here for both squads. Looks like we're going to get Alex Colwell. You called that.
And coming off looks like Velarde, which you mentioned. So looks like your crew here is paying attention to the match.
Looks like we know what we're doing, folks. So Foster Langsdorff comes on. Bryce Kaminsky will take a seat. So Foster Langsdorff, the other part of that Stanford connection. It'll be Marion and Langsdorff atop the attack for San Francisco. And Bobby Edwards comes on for San Francisco as well.
Looks like the paperwork wasn't quite ready for the Colwell change, so he hasn't come on just yet. Velarde's got a few more minutes to give to the team.
Give up ahead to Mendoza. Right foot into the box. Spurgeon helps clear it. Mendoza, though, gets it back. Now far post. Header. That goes just wide. Christian DeLuca.
Langsdorff comes in and immediately makes a difference. He finds DeLuca on the back post and serves what we like to call a dime. And I bet DeLuca wishes he had that one back. I think he played it correctly, trying to find that far post as Augie was sliding over, but he just got too much of it and pushed it wide.
Christian was over there by himself. Could have been dangerous. Velarde takes the seat, and it looks like Marion is going to be coming off for Bobby Edwards, so it won't be Marion and Langsdorff at the top. You're right, kind of surprises me a little bit too, Jeremy.
That was looking a little funny there.
Blanco, Chica, and we'll try it again. Cuevas, right foot, fantastic ball, looking for looked like Colwell, yep.
Yeah, Colwell was trying to get inside of his defender there, and defender did well just to block him out of his path.
Offsides on Foster Langsdorff. Gavi Ramos, a bit of a shove, no whistle. Now back to Langsdorff, deflected by Augie.
Augie makes a game-saving save there. I mean, Renato gives the ball away, in a bad spot, and they come right back at us and get behind the line. Augie came up huge.
Nice sliding defensive play by Barry McCabe, the reserve infielder that's now in the game. And I didn't see an offside flag. That was good to stand.
Yeah, the timing was good.
And here's another look at it. Well, that's the sliding tackle by McCabe. Whew. Fuego give it up.
He was off on that one.
So San Francisco returns the favor.
Got some shots of the squad
familiar faces in the squad there. Augie's going to come all the way out. He might try to put this one right at Weeks. He can reach it from there. Chica, I think he was looking for Colwell to make a run. Didn't happen.
Colwell's a big body in the box for us. He's strong. He's good in the air. Help us win some of those balls with the two big center backs of San Francisco.
Strong throw in. Ona Power looking ahead. Langsdorf, right foot past Augie. I don't see an offside flag. That is going to stand. The equalizer, and we are knotted at 1.
1-1. It was a great ball in behind. Just cleared over Andy Rios, and Langsdorf was able to bring it down and just slot it home. Had no power, just placement, and cool, calm, and collective puts his club equal 1-1.
In the 63rd minute.
You see that ball just over the top of Andy.
Great one touch with the head.
Nice little touch.
Division I champion of the Stanford Cardinal has knotted this thing at 1 with just under a half hour left.
Well, make this thing interesting the next 30 minutes.
Martin. And foul on Brewster will give it to the Fuego.
He's already got a yellow card too. If he goes in the book again. Ooh, it's really a bad challenge. He's fortunate to stay on the pitch, I think, after that tackle.
A challenge completely from behind. You're right, Jeremy. That's a bit suspicious. Fuego, you got the two vets for the Fuego there at Campos and Blanco arguing for it.
That's an emotional tackle by Brewster there. Really got to be a little more under control when you're playing on a yellow card, especially in a match with this much implication.
Cuevas, this is right in his wheelhouse. Ready for it, right foot, excuse me. Cleared out by San Francisco City. Boy, Langsdorff and Campos going at it. Referee says Langsdorff got a little bit too much of the body to his liking. Neither side has really agreed with any call from the green shirts today. Campos will shake it off. Blanco will send it in. Headed! Martin was the closest Fuego to it. And Felipe Oliveira Souza will come on. Looks like for Elijah Martin.
Joey Chica.
Joey Chica, excuse me.
Joey Chica's shift is done. And Felipe, our crafty, speedy Brazilian, is entering the match. I see Felipe making a difference here. I think it's a good substitution by Zwaszka. Felipe going to get into the match, and I think he may get himself a goal tonight. Just talking with him before the game, I just saw something in him.
He's done well to influence the contest when he's come in off the bench so far this season. Corner kick for the Fuego. There you see Felipe, number 11. He comes in guns a-blazing. That's what you want to see from a coach. Cuevas, right foot. Good ball. Just over the head of Andy Rios. Brewster sends it out. Kirkland clears. And offsides on Fresno. They were making something happen. Cuevas to Blanco, but not going to happen. Some important points to be had here in this next 23 minutes. Someone's going to be awfully disappointed in about a month, whether that be Golden State or one of these two clubs. How will the story be written here tonight? Colwell. But De Luna makes a great stop. Right foot looking for Langsdorff.
So it looks like the report out of SoCal Surf is Golden State won tonight 4-2. So that takes them to 26 points.
And that also takes them to 8-1-2.
With 3 games remaining.
So a tie in this game tonight, and Golden State is your leader in the Southwest Division.
That's correct.
So you've got the Pacheco Cup on the line. You've got first place on the line.
A lot to play for in this next 20.
Power battling at least 3 or 4 Fuego members. There's a pass from Cuevas. Bustamontes. Colwell. But just wide.
Colwell struck that ball, making sure he kept it on the floor, but he just hooked it a bit. A bit, meaning it went out for a throw-in, which he's not going to appreciate me saying, but he made clean, good contact, but
fantastic interior passing. Langsdorff the pass. Davi Ramos, right foot. San Francisco threatening the pass, deflected, and the Fuego survive that scare. With Blanco and Robert Hines going at it. Power joins the matchup, and now we got some extracurricular shoving. About the norm for these two squads.
For the most up-to-date information on Fresno County events and attractions, be sure to visit playfresnos.org. See what's happening in Fresno County. Feature events calendar. Looking for somewhere to eat after the game. Looking for a way to feel tomorrow with fun. Find unlimited places to stay, dine, shop, and of course, play.
Cuevas. Souza. That one is off Hines, but it'll be a throw-in, it looks like. Campos for Cuevas. Blanco, left foot. Too much traffic. Referee says play on. Cuevas. Things starting to ramp up a little bit here at the Chuck. And San Francisco on the transition. Padilla has Langsdorff to his right. Now the Fuego's turn. Blanco. Nifty moves, right foot deflected. Campos.
It's unfortunate he skied that one. He had a good look at the goal, but would have had to get through a lot of traffic there.
You have to have the hunger to win. Same kind of hunger is needed to take on the jumbo
He would have been a Twitter sensation if that one had gone in.
Stretchy pants. Get ready for a Jumbo-licious burger at Chuck's.
Giveaway to San Francisco. This could be dangerous. Ramos up ahead, deflected.
Fuego have struggled a bit more to keep the ball tonight, and it's a mixture of us not being clean and sharp, but also the pressure that's been applied by San Francisco City, and maybe some tactical things that Patty Coyne and his group prepared for coming into the match. So you can see moments of brilliance from the Fuego. They have some good combination play, good movement off the ball, but tonight their passes just haven't been as crisp as we'd like to see them, and as I say that, they build out quite nicely.
Colwell to Cuevas, looks promising. Cuevas, right foot, headed out by Ona Power. Langsdorff knocks down Cuevas, and that'll be a free kick in a very dangerous area.
See Chiva and Milton make eye contact there, and Chiva said, "I got this."
Blanco's been doing this for many years. But Cuevas looks like he gets the orders.
When you have 9 goals on the season, that plays a little leverage on who gets to shoot the ball.
"75 minutes through, 15 to go." Cuevas, a little posturing. Now he'll go at it.
Oh,
right
Unreal. Welcome to Chivas world. Once again, the guy delivers.
Sure, you take that. You take it, Cuevas. You take it.
I'm pretty sure that was a good call by him. Couple pumps to the chest. Blanco, I got this one. And sure enough, back of the net, 2-1 Fuego.
And the Pacheco Cup leans toward the Fuego. Keenan Weeks just can't get to it. You couldn't put it any better.
Chiva placed that just inside the bar. Fabulous set piece. Good on you, Jose Cuevas. Good on you.
He's changed the narrative for the time being to keep Fresno in first place. Doesn't get more clutch than that.
Well, San Francisco's certainly not going to lay down. I expect to see this next 14, 15 minutes of some serious intensity.
They have been quick and precise and efficient on the counters tonight. Fuego managed to survive that one. Goal number 10 on the year, left foot! That was a deflected, I believe. But a heck of a strike.
That was Danny Kirkland. He hit that well, through a lot of traffic, and we're fortunate that didn't clear the line and put Augie in a situation where he had to make a save.
Brumati with a nice play to get in there and send it out of bounds. It is a corner, however. Padilla. Andy Rios heads it out. Kirkland left foot. He's got all the confidence in the world in that left foot, and that's why you see it. He's had a couple ones on right on target tonight.
He's not afraid to pull the trigger from distance. And I can see why.
Fuego have a sub at the table. San Francisco looking to put the pressure on left foot from Padilla. And Bobby Edwards sends that one wide with just over 10 minutes.
Substitution on the sideline for the Fuego. Coming on the pitch,
Substitution is going to be Carlos Valdovinas for the Fuego. Coming off for, looks like, Renato Bustamante.
Renato put in a good shift tonight for the Fuego. It's been fabulous.
A veteran-like performance from Renato.
Carlos, a player out of San Jose State. Lives in Lindsay, California. So as with the norm, we follow our players who go away to college and try to get them to come back and play for the hometown club. Going to finish the game out here for the Fuego.
Coach Zwaska must like the job Andy Rios has done tonight, letting him play now 80 minutes of this contest without maybe bringing on Jason Eng.
Yeah, it's a good match for Andy because there's a lot of pressure. And
Augie coming out. Langsdorff was back there.
This is a great game to test a young center back out, and it's obviously not a thing that Brian probably necessarily wanted to do, but at the end of the day, Sergi being out of town and us knowing it, then he steps in and fills the role. You know, we have good depth on the roster. Tackle by Carlos Valdovinos. Welcome to the game. Wins the ball for his team.
Gets it back. He's got Souza to his left. A nice pass to Souza. Right foot off of Brewster. Souza sends it back in, and that'll be a Fuego corner.
Nice ball movement.
But with some fantastic passing. More importantly, the Fuego can waste some precious seconds on this side of the field.
Number 12, Chichi.
Referee signaling to go. Cuevas taking his time. Now he'll get a warning. And if you can lip read, that's an "Are you serious?" from Chiva.
They gave him a yellow card, which I'm not. I guess it's
delay of game,
time wasting, yeah. But interesting. It's a questionable call.
I don't see that too often.
In reality, the referee just gave us another 30 to 45 seconds.
Well, now would be a good time for the Fuego to maintain possession, something they've struggled with for the most part tonight. Able to win it back, though. Campos sees something he likes. Cuevas turns the corner on Robert Hines, keeps it in bounce, and Colwell falls down. Souza can't get it. Left foot from Blanco, but it's finally in! The attack continues! Dale! Fuego! La, 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 la. You called it, Jeremy.
Felipe Souza makes an influence on the game, comes in, gets his goal. I told you, I saw something in his eyes tonight, and boom, there you have it. 3-1 Fresno Fuego.
That
Chiva does well to get around Hines there. Colwell with this. Blanco.
Weeks just couldn't make enough saves. Relentless pressure, and you called it right, Jeremy. You said he was going to do it, and he did it. Maybe the goal that keeps Fresno in first place and brings home the cup. Looks awfully nice for the Fuego now. A little under 6 minutes and change. And now some shoving between Hines and Colwell. There you see Velarde, Bustamante having a good time.
Fire squad starting the fireworks party early over there with the smoke bombs.
Padilla hit the deck. A marvelous second half as substitutions for both squads now. 3 for San Francisco. And Cuevas should leave to a standing ovation, and he does from the Fire squad.
Chiva with the game winner tonight so far, pending the next 4 or 5 minutes with just a brilliant set piece direct kick. Literally just kisses the bar in a spot where Weeks just can't get to it. And another game where the Fuego is able to count on their veteran.
Jason Eng makes his appearance. Sam Olsen comes on for San Francisco along with Cameron Crowe and Carlos Carranza.
Jack in the Box is the presenting sponsors for the 2017 Fresno Fuego Save the Game. Showing a big routine means you have to have 100 to win. Same kind of hunt is needed to take on the Jumbo Flavor, the Jumbo Jack.
Fuego still attacking Martin, weaving through traffic.
Jack in the Box. Tonight's Jack in the Box Save the Game goes to Are you ready? At the 12 mark, the first half. He laid it all out, went sideways, left the ball. Save the game. Are you ready?
Campos, great right foot. Colwell to Martin. He's got space and one more. Dale Fuego! La 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 la. Let's pour it on.
They decided to come on late in this game. That's a beautiful build-up. Brumati gets in behind with a brilliant ball. Finds Elijah. Instead of Elijah smashing it first time, he takes a touch, gets a clean look at the goal, and puts it home. Brumati, nice touch there. Puts it in the back of the net. Fuego 4, San Francisco 1.
Everybody getting involved now. The Fuego have blown it open. Running away with the Pacheco Cup. The only thing left now is what kind of beer do you throw in the cup?
That cup's going to be making a trip over to the Tioga Sequoia Beer Garden just across Inyo, probably in about 20 minutes.
Goals in the 84th and 87th minute have created a gap. And now a goal differential of 25 for the Fuego. 3 more points. That'll keep them in first place. Not really locking anything up, but the Fuego would have to lose out their remaining 3 games to be the team on the outside looking in. San Francisco trying to get something started. And Bobby Edwards can do nothing with that. Whistle by the referee. It'll be San Francisco ball. If you joined us late, Fuego took a 1-0 lead with a 18th minute goal, by Bruno Brumati. San Francisco tied it up in the 63rd minute, really made it interesting. This one sent into the box, headed out, and thus cleared by Martin. Padilla runs into Blanco. And there's the Pacheco Classico Cup.
Shows all 4 clubs.
She's a beauty.
Oh, it's a beautiful trophy. It's going to be full of some Tioga Sequoia beer here in a little bit, and the fans will be enjoying that.
Cameron Crow sends it in. And San Francisco will have a corner as we are now officially in extra time.
Mary Ellen stoppage time.
And that one misses everybody, and Fuego will have it. 2 minutes from the PA announcer.
Northsiders are releasing their smoke bombs on the south end of the stadium.
So as it stands, Jose Chiva Cuevas, the game-winning goal in the 77th minute. Colwell is down. And Augie Ray, as he times it well so many times, does it again. Great night for Augie, with Augie Sr. on hand. I think he played a whale of a game.
He did. You know, he dedicated tonight's game to his dad, and what a great match by him. Getting out with only picking up one ball out of the back of the net. It was a good goal by Langsdorf. Sorry, had a good goal tonight. So I think he played very well, and his dad will be very proud of him.
And that is the final whistle. 4-1. Fresno wins it. And they take home the cup. And they now stand at 9-2-0. 27 points, still atop the Southwestern Division. 3 games left, one more at the Chuck, July 13th. That's going to be a big one with Golden State.
Against Golden State, who's sitting second in the table with 26 points. So quite the ending to a Southwest Division.
San Francisco in striking distance, but they do sit a little ways back with 22 points. They had to come away with something here tonight with Golden State winning. They did not do that. You see the cup presentation there. And we have fireworks coming here in just a second for this July 4th holiday weekend. Great weekend for the Fuego, Jeremy. It was a pleasure for all of you, those out there watching. We hope you enjoyed it. City and Club for CMAC TV. Jeremy Schultz, myself, and the whole crew here at CMAC. Fresno hoist the cup. You guys earned it. First place. We'll stick around and show you the fireworks if you want. But we are out of here. So long, everybody.
Had great chances from both sides early in the match. First half was quite the battle. There's Langsdorf's goal there. Clean little touch that got in behind Augie. Elijah Martin's header that just goes over the bar. Here's the game winner. Shiva, perfect placement. Weeks just can't get over to the full face of the goal. Fuego finds himself up 2-1. Felipe's goal here. Buries it in the back of the net. Weeks did well to keep it out the first couple of chances. Makes a great save there on Blanco. And Martin's goal here to close it out. 4-1 Fresno Fuego. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. The fans got the Pacheco Clasico Cup. We know where that thing's going. It's going across the street. They're going to have a good time with that. Got Nick DeWong with the cup in his hands. Here we go. You know, it's all about the fans, guys. The whole culture and everything that's built here in Fresno is about these guys and changing the dynamics of soccer in Fresno. It's an exciting time to be a soccer fan here in Fresno, California.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Fresno Fuego.
We're gonna have some fireworks coming up for you guys here tonight. Fireworks show presented by Fresno Clovis Convention Visitors Bureau. Dropping the lights here at Chuck Chansey Park and kick off our 4th of July weekend with some fireworks here in downtown Fresno.
In just a few moments, we're going to start that countdown. Meanwhile, the Fuego guys can sign in the dark. All right, soccer fans, here we go. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and it goes already. Beat me to the countdown. Inside the fireworks, folks. night and hope you had a wonderful evening enjoying Fuego Soccer here at downtown Fresno. May your travels home be safe. Be sure to come back Thursday, July 13th, as your Fresno Fuego take on Golden State Force and divisional PBL showdown for first.
Well, guys, that's a wrap. What a great evening of soccer here in downtown Fresno. Your Fresno Fuego get the result, winning 4-1, taking home the Pacheco Clasico Cup, maintaining the first place position in the table. Got 3 games to play. I hope everybody joins us back here Thursday night, July 13th, as the first place Fresno Fuego take on Golden State Force, the second place team in the table. On behalf of the Fresno Fuego and CMAC, we thank you for joining us. We wish you a safe and happy 4th of July, and thank you and have a great evening.